is John Paul Rye. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. We got an article here from the Rolling Stone, actually, and it's about Marilyn Manson and how he's being sued by Esme Bianco, the actress known from Game of Thrones and only known from Game of Thrones. By the way, she's also dragging his ex-manager into it, and I believe his manager's company into it, and it seems like she's suing based on allegations. In this article, there's really no proof to be had. You know, I wish they offered the proof with the allegations, not just the allegations, because the allegations alone are harmful, but they're not factual. The article's called Marilyn Manson Sued for Sexual Assault, Sex Trafficking by Game of Thrones actress Esme Bianco. And I'm going to say this, she's actually suing for getting hired to play a part in a movie that never actually took place, and she calls that human trafficking. So I'm not exactly sure if that fits the definition. That word is not really a good word to say online, so I gotta be careful, but from now on you guys will know what I'm talking about with it. So in this first paragraph here is where she said Marilyn Manson violated the human law that I just talked about, and like I said, when I think about that thing, I do not think about an actress getting hired to play a role that didn't actually materialize. Maybe someone out there knows law better than me, but that's my instinct. They also say that a bunch of other women came out against Marilyn Manson recently, but this is the first actual legal suit that's going forward, or that's actually going to happen. I must note that I heard from somebody that some of these women who claim they were abused by Marilyn Manson introduced each other to Marilyn Manson. Or should I say that one of the accusers introduced him to the next person who said they got abused. So it doesn't really make sense that you would recommend somebody or, hook somebody up for a relationship when you were abused by them. So here's a few things she says. Mr. Warner used drugs, force, and threats of force to coerce sexual acts from Miss Bianco on multiple occasions, the lawsuit says. Mr. Warner R-word Miss Bianco in or around May 2011. It goes on to claim that Warner committed sexual acts with Bianco at times when she was unconscious or unable to consent, and lists the ways she claims he sexually battered her. These acts include spanking, biting, cutting, whipping her buttocks, breasts, and genitalia for Mr. Warner's sexual gratification, all without the consent of plaintiff. Now, here's the thing. Those things are pretty normal things for bondage, and proving from 2011, from 10 years ago, these things were not consensual, I think is going to be really hard. If she has proof, I'm willing to accept it, take a look. If there's audio, concrete audio, not like that audio on Instagram where it was not Marilyn Manson, actual concrete audio where, everybody on his side admits it's him, or some video, or a medical report, or a police report, something solid. There's got to be solid evidence at some point, or I have to say, I don't know. I have to say, we got to move on, I don't know. I wish I could be different. I wish I could be yeah, oh my God, he probably did this crazy stuff. Look at his music, look at his art. But I just have to know for sure if we're going to be suing someone for, I'm going to guess, a lot of money at a time when your career is generally ended. Bianco also alleged he forced her to perform unpaid labor, violating U.S. law regarding you-know-what word, human you-know-what. This included serving and preparing food for Mr. Warner and his guests, cleaning his apartment, consulting on his album, providing uncredited backup vocals during the creative process for the album Born Villain, and being offered up to his guests and bandmates to spank, the lawsuit alleges. I don't fucking know, man. All that stuff just sounds like something someone would do for a rock star. It doesn't really sound like, that is weird. I can't believe she made them food. She cleans his apartment. I've had girlfriends clean my apartment because, well, it's a mess. Consulting on his album? vocals on the album, that just sounds like stuff you do when you're trying to work with somebody, trying to get experience. It doesn't really sound like things she was forced to do that was so horrible. Spanked by bandmates? Okay, who knows? I guess the bandmates know. I guess they'll have to ask them. Mr. Warner implied that because he had brought Miss Bianco to the United States and provided housing, she owed him labor and sexual intimacy. Okay. I guess she'll have to prove that. I mean, when you're in a relationship with somebody, man or woman, there's always an unspoken give or take. You can't make someone do things sexually, but if it's romantic and you're with that person, as boyfriend and girlfriend anyway, then yes, that does come in the picture. That's what it's all about, being with a man and a woman together. Well, that came out wrong. That's what it's all about, being together as a man and a woman. If not, you're just friends. So then, over here, she goes on to say why she was involved in creating the Phoenix Act, so people could come out years later, or they'd have more time years later after the abuse, and stake their claim. And, okay, it's a good act, I guess. I have nothing wrong with this actual act if the people have proof and they've got a good reason to actually sue the abuser, like Johnny Depp. Got a lot of proof. If Bianco here had a police body cam footage video, then I think we'd be in a really different state of mind with her allegations. If she had recordings like Johnny Depp does, I think we'd be in a different state of mind with the allegations. If she had pictures of a finger off, I think we'd be in a different state of mind with the allegations. If Marilyn Manson had multiple arrest records in the past and committed perjury like Amber Heard, I think we'd be in a different state of mind for these allegations. But she doesn't. She has nothing, just her accusations. Let's move on. So she goes on to say he's protected because he's rich and famous, and that's not impossible. Look, people who are rich and famous do have certain kind of immunities. They are harder to prosecute, I think, than normal people, but it happens. We've seen Bill Cosby, we've seen Epstein, we've seen them get arrested and pay the price. So, I'll give her like 50-50 on that one. And Manson's attorney says that the claims are provably false. He also says he can't wait to get into court. And that sounds pretty confident. So let me read this little part right here. This attempt to involve Kahlua management in this action is not only legally meritless, but also offensive and absurd, Kahlua's lawyer, Edwin McPherson, tells Rolling Stone in a statement. We look forward to formally contesting these completely frivolous allegations. So yeah, she pulls in the management company. Anyway, this is the beginning of this case right here. I guess it's going to court, so let's see what happens, how it progresses, and what evidence comes out. Like I said before, as you could tell, I'm pretty much defending Manson because I don't see any actual evidence against him. If I see that evidence, any one of you guys can email me, hit me up on Twitter, send me some real evidence, not his song lyrics, not things he said in the 90s for shock value, real evidence in the same way Johnny Depp has evidence against Amber Heard, and I'll make a video happily. Allegations alone should not hurt somebody's career until proven factual. But not in a shady as fuck court in the UK where the judge is biased. Obviously, it's a bit complex, but you guys know what I mean. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. Gonna have a membership video pretty soon. So I apologize to all the members. It's been low on content, but it is coming. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing Depp vs. Heard, pop culture, Marilyn Manson, whatever comes up. If you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it.